Hello, hello, one and all in one. Those who were, are, and yet shall be. This is the Thursday, 4 o'clock weekly thing. Two sides, same coin. And for that, we bring in the weekly Thunder Thud, Rick. What's going on, Rick? Hello, Rick. Say something, Rick. Speak to us. Rick, talk.
How are you, Matt?
I'm okay. I think you're
Can you
really
hear me?
lagged.
Can
Oh,
you
wow. You're
hear
really,
me?
you are really lagged. Yeah, you're really lagged, Rick. Maybe you want to pop out and
Bad
pop back
today,
in.
huh? Hold on.
Yeah. And hello, Bear. Yes, for this, it is only Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, actually. All three of those. Because I can no longer multi-stream on Twitch. So the weekly 4 o'clock thing on Thursdays will be on these three. Well, at least for now. I've got to hammer all of it out. Figure it out one way or the other. But yeah, I'm just doing those three today. And then, of course, at 7 o'clock tonight, it'll be on Twitch. Twitch and Twitch alone, because I cannot multi-stream with Twitch. Okay. Howdy, Len. How you doing? Well, I heard his thing. Let's try it again. Rick, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, that's much better. Oh, wow.
I cannot see you, but I can hear you.
You can't see me?
No.
Oh, well, that's a loss. What are you ever going to do not being able to see me?
Right?
That's horrible. Everyone wants to see me. All of the people that are here right now want to see me. I don't care about seeing you.
Exactly. But there's nothing you can say today to hurt my feelings.
Oh, I could probably dream something up.
No. I sent you a video a little while ago.
That was the cutest thing in the world. That girl, that's my speed. See, me and her we can go traveling.
You know, when the little neighbor girl tells Daddy, I'm going to see Rick and KK, and jumps in her little battery-powered four-wheel drive and takes off down the county road?
That was just the cutest thing in the world. For those of you who didn't have no idea what he's talking about, Rick lives out in the middle of absolutely nothing, Texas. And so the neighbors there are all absolutely nothing in the middle of nothing with each other. Anyway, so the neighbors, they're close. They know each other and whatnot. And so a neighbor of Rick's put his daughter in a you know those little Jeeps that you can, little motorized cars, Jeeps. She had this big motorized truck thing. He said he was going to go see Rick and his wife. And so there she goes, tooling down the little dirt road there. And he's watching, her dad's watching her from his porch, and then Rick's watching her from his. And there she is, just tooling right along in her little truck. And it'll melt your heart if you watch it, I promise. I wanted to hop on my scooter and head that way, but that's a little too far for me. So what are you going to do? But it really, really was cute. That was, I mean, not something you do inside of a city, obviously, but it was really cool. That's one of the advantages of living way out in the country, where everybody there knows each other and they can all see everything going on around them. And it's really cool. And how are things going on 2H Ranch?
Man, they're good. We did some work the last couple of days and got the homestead part of it mowed and weeded and maintained, and got my American flag pole reset and fixed. And
yeah,
I'm home. It's beautiful.
With the Texas flag.
Yes, sir.
You got them both properly positioned. Looks very good. Looks very good indeed. Hold on a second. I want to. Yeah, Bear, actually, we're going to talk about that here in just a second. It is an historic day now. Conservatives won't necessarily see it as such, but that doesn't affect the fact that it's like when, I'll go ahead and talk about it now. Ketanji Brown Jackson has been confirmed. She is your next Associate Supreme Court Justice, and replacing losing my mind, who's retiring. Wow. Anyway, Breyer, who's retiring. Anyway, so yeah, she is the first Black woman to sit on the Supreme Court, and that is historic. And also historic is the fact that the Supreme Court is no longer made up of a majority of white men, which it always has been since our founding and it first kicked off. And we won't really, I mean, I don't need to go into the history. It is what it is. Everyone knows that. So this is historic. Even for now, of course, I've got some conservative friends. Nothing historic. No, it is. It's the same as when Barack Obama was elected as the first African-American president. That's historic. You don't have to like him. You didn't have to vote for him, but it was historic. Even Republicans acknowledged that, for goodness sakes. I mean, George Bush, the guy that was outgoing, acknowledged that. John McCain, his opponent, acknowledged that. Sarah Palin, not so much, but Sarah Palin. So yeah, it is an historic day for this country that has happened. So the Supreme Court is looking a little more like America now. Rick, I am fairly certain. Well, no, I can't say that. The vote was 53-47. So there was not, it wasn't even close to a tie. So Kamala Harris wasn't needed in that sense. But the three Republicans voting for Jackson were Mitt Romney, Susan Collins, and Lisa Murkowski. Voting on her legal experience, they disagree. Of course, they're not going to agree with her when it comes to political views. But look, Supreme Court justices are human beings. When they go home, they have political views. I mean, that's everybody. Now, the point is to try to keep those views off the court, even though their, I don't want to say political views, but world views, so to speak, are going to influence it in terms of how they view the Constitution, in what manner they think it is best to interpret the Constitution. And that's all fine. I mean, different justices are going to have different ways that they approach that. Some are textualist, some are originalist, some are contextualist. So it really just depends. So what do you think about all that, Rick, with Ketanji Brown Jackson being confirmed?
Look, she's obviously qualified for the court. She got there and she should be there. That being said, traditionally pretty conservative, Clarence Thomas, I'm not real impressed with his actions of late. And his ability to keep his personal matters out of the court.
I gotta say that doesn't surprise me with you. I have other conservative friends who view that differently. They feel like, well, how do you know he knew what his wife was doing? Yeah, come on, don't scream at me about Hunter Biden and then say nothing about this. But with you personally, your view doesn't surprise me. You tend to be much more reasonable when it comes to those things.
I'm disappointed in one of Brown's answers.
Which one?
When she said she cannot define.
Yeah. What is a woman?
Come on. Anybody?
What should her answer have been? What should her answer have been?
Her answer should have been any definition that includes what she may have learned in basic biology.
Okay. Now, that's your view of it. See, this is where the problem comes in, right? That's what you consider a woman to be. We've discussed this.
Did they define what was okay? I may be wrong then. I may have to backtrack.
No.
Hold on. Was the question what is a woman or what is a female?
What is a woman?
Okay.
What is a woman? And so.
Well, by definition, a woman's a female.
Oh, well, right. So there is a scientifically established gender fluidity. Now, I'm speaking of gender here, and that's there's a difference between gender and sex. So, the question was obviously politically set up. It was, and
it was politically answered.
And it was actually, it wasn't answered. If you'll remember, you can't even say it was politically answered. It wasn't answered at all.
Her answer was, "I can't define that. I'm not a biologist."
That's right. So she didn't define it.
That's politically what she wanted her side to be heard. That notwithstanding that, based on her legal background, she should be where she is.
Yeah, that is what basically what Mitt Romney said, because he actually voted against her for the lower court that she was on. When that confirmation came up, he voted against her for that. But then he voted for her when it came to, I don't know what changed his mind. I don't know. Because it's the same thing with, there were plenty of Republican senators who voted for her when she was confirmed for the lower court she was on, but voted against her for this one. I don't really get that, because nothing changed between then and now at all, other than the fact that, okay, now she has more appellate experience with the position that she was confirmed to then. So I could kind of maybe see Mitt Romney going with that to sway him a little bit. My view on this Supreme Court nomination, because it's always a political battle now, much more than it used to be. The case used to be that they were almost always nearly unanimously confirmed. There were a few holdouts for various political reasons, but there was a time that they said, okay, look, let's say if it was a Democrat who was a Democratic president who had nominated a justice. Well, obviously, Republicans politically are not going to really agree with this person. They're not going to align in that way. But there was a time they could at least step back and say, okay, yes, but is the person qualified for the position? And if that's the case, then they should be confirmed. Forget whether, well, obviously we're not going to agree, you know. But these were the days when you didn't have the Ted Cruzes who were doing their performance acts and whatnot. So it's a weird thing that it is now. And it's sad, I think. I really wish, and then this goes for Democrats too. When a Republican president nominates someone for the court, this person is going to be conservative. So, but the question should be, are they qualified? Not do I agree with them politically on XYZ matters. There has been recently one justice who shouldn't be anywhere near that court, and that's Amy Coney Barrett. Has absolutely nothing even close to the qualification to sit on that bench, but there she is. But with the others, yeah, they had the qualifications to be there. I don't agree with them, but that's fine, you know. I have two of my favorite justices on the court in my lifetime anyway, were also the two who were on opposite sides but became extraordinarily close friends, Scalia and Ginsburg. I loved those two justices. I did not agree with Scalia on almost anything. But I could at least read his opinions and understand where he was coming from. Ginsburg, if you didn't agree with her on almost anything, you could at least read her opinions and understand, okay, I don't agree with how she's getting here, but I can see how she got here. And those two became very, very close friends, going on vacations together all over the place, having events together. And you know, Scalia, both of them trying to show that, look, we can work together here. You know, and we want to show you that we can do that. We can be even good friends, you know. Shocker. Hang on. Bear says the definition. Oh, he's going back to the woman thing. The definition of a woman is unique and personal to each person. The question asked generically define a woman cannot be answered generically.
And Bear, I'm okay with that. And had that been her answer, I'd have been okay with that. Her answer was, I'm not a biologist, and that's a BS answer. But we're past that.
Yeah, we moved on from that.
I don't want to hijack your show, Matt.
No, this is our. It's not your. It says two sides. The name of the thing is two sides, same coin. For goodness sakes.
Fair enough.
Okay, so now then, moving on to the Q and nuts in Tennessee. I got real problems with it. Okay, you know, the Q and nut crowd is all about basically if you're anything other than a Republican, and especially anything other than their kind of Republican, you're a pedophile. That's their song and dance. And they're screaming it all day long. Oh, pedo this, pedo that. Mitt Romney, Lisa Murkowski, Susan Collins all voted for Ketanji Brown Jackson. Now they're being called pedos. And it's just it's insane at this point. But not a word from any single one of them. In fact, not a word from any of my conservative friends at all, who are quick to post on their walls about abortion, by the way, for any little thing related to it. Not a word about the law proposed in Tennessee by a Republican senator and being pushed by Republicans that redefines a common law marriage and eliminates the age restriction of 17. Totally eliminates it. In fact, the senator who proposed it, Tom Leatherwood, made a point of saying that he wanted to give pastors a different path to marriage by eliminating the age restriction. Well, okay, because there is a religious underpinning to the reason that he did it. Well, now, wait a second. Okay, you're going to call Democrats and liberals pedos, but then when this happens, a 10, 11, 12, 13, 14-year-old girl can be sent off to marry whoever. Not a word? Really? Nothing? Rick, what's wrong with your people?
I can't tell you. First off, I think anybody, man, look, for y'all that don't know me, I'm going to have to work real hard to keep it clean. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to do that out of respect for y'all. Um, First off, anybody that wants any kind of sexual relationship, and I'm not saying marriage is a sexual relationship, but we all know that sex is a part of
Well,
marriage,
right.
okay? Anybody that wants any kind of sexual relationship with a child is a pedophile.
Mm-hmm.
Carte blanche. Okay? That
Right.
means any of these people that have gone to Epstein's Island, people go to Central and South America
So,
all of the time on Americans on vacation
yes,
to have sex with children. Okay.
yes,
And every
yes,
one of those people, well, prison's not good enough.
yeah,
What I'll tell you is that a lawmaker that believes that it's okay to marry a child is just as big an idiot.
yep.
And that's as clean as I can keep it, Matt.
That's clean enough. And speaking to this is someone I want to bring in real fast. This is one of my favorite. I love listening to this guy. This is a liberal redneck talking about this law.
You've probably noticed the ongoing pissing contest between conservative state legislatures where they try to see which one can come up with the most cartoonishly upsetting and on-the-nose piece of legislative self-parody. The way it works is they invent whole cloth, a brand new thing to be outraged about, and then a subsequent bill that addresses their still glistening infant boogeyman. You know, the abortion posses in Texas, the homophobic thought crime in Florida, the great transgender urinal scare of 2016. It's been going on for a while now. And I had been wondering when the Republicans in my beloved Tennessee would up the crazy ante, raise the stupidity stakes, and now they have. They've got a bill which would effectively remove a minimum age
Sorry, Rick, you with me? Are you with me, Rick? Okay, we can't hear you. Something's wrong with your mic or something there. I mean, I can see your mouth moving, but there's no sound. No, I do not. I brought you in. You are in. Let me make sure. Yeah, you're there. Here you are. You're just with me right now. You and me. I don't even have the video here. Why is your there? Oh, you know what? Zolan said something about restream. Look down where the mic is. See if you have the mic muted. Is it muted or no? No. Oh, doggone it. I'm not lagged. I shouldn't be. Well, you know what? Let me do this. Okay. Pop Rick out, pop Rick back in. Rick, can you hear me? Oh, son of a gun. All I did was reset my own connection. Bear, I should be fine. I thought I was fine on the other. I just changed to my backup internet. Let me know if I'm still lagged or Rick, if you can hear me, pop out and pop back in. You're frozen. Oh, and let me get rid of this starting soon graphic. That should be gone. All right, you there?
How about now?
Yeah, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right.
I left the room and then came back.
Okay, I switched over to my backup internet because Bear told me I was lagged.
Okay.
And hopefully I'm not lagged anymore.
How's that, Bear?
Should be a lot better. A minute ago it was lagged, he said, by about 3 seconds anyway. But now I'm on a different internet connection. All right, so let's try this again. You still with me, Rick?
I am.
Okay, we're going to try to play this video again.
All right.
You've probably noticed the ongoing pissing contest between conservative state legislatures where they try to see which one can come up with the most cartoonishly upsetting and on-the-nose piece of legislative self-parody. The way it works is they invent whole cloth, a brand new thing to be outraged about, and then a subsequent bill that addresses their still glistening infant boogeyman. You know, the abortion posses in Texas, the homophobic thought crime in Florida, the great transgender urinal scare of 2016. It's been going on for a while now. And I had been wondering when the Republicans in my beloved Tennessee would up the crazy ante, raise the stupidity
Cut out.
stakes, and now they have. They've got a bill which would effectively remove a minimum age requirement for marriage in the state. So who had child brides on their conservative end times bingo cards, huh? Yeah, I wonder what they workshop before this. They get together behind closed doors trying to figure out
I'm muted. Now I'm not muted. Are you there, Rick? Oh, this is driving me crazy. Now your audio is gone again. This is driving me mad. Why? Oh, why?
How about
Are
now?
you there, Rick?
Can you hear me?
I can. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. God bless
Oh.
the middle of nowhere, Texas, and its
Yeah.
poor internet.
And okay, Bear, is everything okay now? I'm not going to play that video again. Apparently, trying to play that video messes things up.
Well, I kind of agree with that guy.
Yeah. With Trey Crowder,
I don't know who he is.
Oh,
but
yeah.
He's right. They've introduced some of the stupidest laws I've ever seen.
Yeah, he goes by Liberal Redneck on YouTube, and of course now he's got, he made it big, and he's out there doing his thing on traveling and got a TV show and on and on and on. So, yeah. Anyway, we will forget that video. All right. Matt Gaetz. We all know who Matt Gaetz is. Gaetz. One of the way out there members of the crowd. Yes, Len. In fact, I watched Bo of the Fifth Column. He's actually very good. Rick, I would highly recommend him to you. He is a very centrist kind of person. He actually does training in firearms and things along those lines with police departments. So, okay, Bear, you have a good one. Take care.
Very good. Good to see, buddy.
So, anywho, there was the bill put forward to cap insulin prices because the prices are just out stinking rageous. And people having a hard time getting it and whatnot. Matt Gaetz voted against it. It passed, by the way, but Gaetz voted against it. And this genius, his excuse for voting against it was, well, people just need to lose weight. And diabetics just need to lose weight, and they won't need the medication. Clearly showing his lack of medical knowledge. In some cases, that is accurate. In some cases, there are people who are overweight, and being overweight does tend to make it easier for the diabetes to set in if you're already prone to that. However, I can show you case after case after case after case after case of people who are perfectly healthy, thin, of different heights, and do not, and have diabetes, by the way.
I can also show you case after case after case after case of people that cannot control their weight based on other issues, other endocrinological issues, endocrine problems.
There you go. That's easier for all of us to get. Hold on just a second. Let me change something else here again.
Yeah, I see Lynn made a comment.
Now, apparently oh no, and that did it too. Oh, this is driving me crazy. Okay, Rick, you still there? This is driving me out of my mind. Rick, if you can hear me, hop out and back in again. All I did was reset my internet connection, but apparently that decided to mess things up. Because you're frozen and there's no sound from you right now. So, Lynn, am I any better on the lag now? All I did was reset. I went back to the other connection. So please tell me it's okay now. I wonder if the fact that I'm multi-streaming it has some cause with this. I wonder if that's a part of it. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and remove Rick to force him to come back in. So there he is, or he should be. I just heard the sound. Well, I did hear a sound that indicated someone was going to be there, but I see no one there. I really wonder if the multi-streaming is